Piers Morgan has proven himself to be a weapons-grade hypocrite once again. Say it ain't so. On Monday, Morgan tweeted that lifting lockdown restrictions in the UK was, quote, yet another massive gamble in this pandemic as, quote, cases and hospitalisations are accelerating again. Piers took his own words so seriously that 2 days later he was packed into Wembley Stadium with 66,000 other people. This was the scene when supporters, including Piers Morgan, were leaving the stadium. And here's Piers taking sweaty selfies with England fans, completely ignoring the social distancing rules he lectures us about following every single day. Back in October, Morgan had a hissy fit at the Queen, asking why no masks or social distancing. Yeah, could ask you the same question, Piers. No, you must have misunderstood. I want restrictions for you, not for me. Did ask you the same question when you were photographed inside a taxi not wearing a mask, violating the rules you keep demanding be imposed on everyone else. Remember, this is the same moron who, days after lobbying the government to introduce stricter regional lockdown measures and restrict people from travelling, jetted off first class to Antigua to stay in a luxury holiday resort. This is the same idiot who shames people for going to the supermarket, calling them, quote, mass gatherings, while he's partying it up at the Euros. While he praises his own son for attending a real mass gathering, a giant Black Lives Matter rally in London. Isn't it interesting how the most hysterical coronavirus Karens are the first to casually contravene COVID rules on a whim? Almost like they don't actually believe what they're saying and are merely doing it as part of one huge grift. Surely not. Boris Johnson's government has imposed mask mandates on Brits for almost a year now. But you know who gets to ignore those rules? Boris Johnson. Who else gets special exemption? The Health Secretary of the United Kingdom. Who else? Dr. Hilary Jones, Good Morning Britain's resident doomsday lockdown advocate. Looking pretty fucking unlocked while he cavorts with other dignitaries at the Wimbledon Tennis Club. Same situation across the pond. When John Kerry got caught taking his mask off immediately after boarding a first-class flight from Boston to DC, he said his critics were engaging in, quote, malarkey. Let's be clear, if I dropped my mask to one ear on a flight, it was momentary. Kerry tweeted on March 17th, I wear my mask because it saves lives and stops the spread. It's what the science tells us to do. Really? So what were you doing on Monday, traipsing through Boston Logan International Airport and even going through security without a face covering in sight? It's okay when we do it. People in the US and the UK have seen their grandparents die in care homes without being allowed to visit them. They've been forced to endure funerals of their loved ones without being allowed to be physically consoled. Their businesses have been destroyed. Their lives have been turned upside down, specifically as a result of being forced to follow these rules. Rules that suddenly don't apply to those with enough wealth or power to avoid them. Please, we all know that you think you're part of an elite that gets to evade all the misery that you've inflicted on the rest of us, the peasants. But can you please just do us all one favour? Stop grandstanding like you're the anointed, altruistic, moral guardians of lockdown. For everyone's sanity, once and for all, just stop lecturing us and shut the fuck up.